ChatGPT 5 was recently launched, and last time we chatted about what it does better, but unfortunately also what it does worse. This time, we're tackling another common question. How much does it cost? Hey there, I'm Alex Knowles with the latest from AI. Now, there's plenty of hype out there surrounding GPT-5, but also plenty of negativity too. One of the biggest questions that people have right now isn't about its features, but more so about its pricing. Free, plus, team, developer. What do they actually cost and which one makes sense for you? That's what we're going to cover in this video. But if you want to dive deeper into what the new model actually does, you'll want to check out our other video. Now, the truth is pricing can feel confusing, especially when you consider different pricing tiers, API tokens, and of course, thinking limits. Since we last chatted, OpenAI has reintroduced our old friend, ChatGPT 4.0. However, other legacy models, the older models, are still tucked away. But also be wary because this rollout has been messy and things keep changing. Now, if we take it at face value, the pricing has improved. However, for you free users though, you lose. While it looks like the free plan improved because you can now touch GPT-5, the reality is a bit messier. Some free accounts will still see 4.0 available in the picker, but OpenAI's resources says free won't have access to legacy models soon once this migration is completed. Plus, caps are tighter, so expect more of the "you've hit your limit" messages to appear. The bottom line, well, the free plan is just a taste test. Okay, let's not waste any time. Jump in and look at the pricing model. So we've got the free plan, which will only allow you to access GPT-5. Soon you'll no longer have access to legacy, older models, and you also now have stricter caps. So not that great. Now, the plus plan at $20 a month. This is priority access. Now, you will notice that you have a longer thinking mode. While what it produces for you is more in-depth in regards to the research conducted, many people, including myself, have felt that the natural flow and personality of GPT has diminished with this new model. Now, that could just be directly related to the fact that with the release of GPT-5, you lost your history with GPT 4.0. So as you begin to prompt and get responses and build more of a relationship with this new model, those responses will feel more personal and unique to you. However, it's still unfortunate. You also will still have access to the 4.0 model in the picker, as we can see here. And you've also got a faster throughput. So if you are doing deep research, expect ChatGPT to find better results, more results, and faster. Now, beyond the plus plan with this GPT-5 release, we also now have a pro plan at $200 per month. Now, this is built for heavy users, researchers, engineers. You get higher limits, priority computing, the model picker, of course, with legacy model, and advanced features like deep research agents and thinking O1 Pro for tougher problems. But you do still get deep research and agents on the plus plan. So basically, you're just paying for further limits. Beyond the pro plan, you've also got the team plan, and this is everything that you get in the plus a shared workspace. You get admin controls and higher headroom for your limits. Now, other than those plans, we've also got to consider the developer and API packaging, which is pay-as-you-go tokens. So basically, the more that you prompt ChatGPT, the more tokens you're using. Now, when you prompt, that is a token. When you get a response, that's a token. So we'll look deeper into that specific pricing later in the video. So how do you pick the right plan? Well, it's pretty simple. If you're a solo or you need help with your day-to-day work tasks, you need an assistant to bounce ideas off, dig into some deep research, then Plus is definitely the best fit for you. And it's a huge difference between that $20 and $200 price tag, which is the Pro plan. Now, this is for you heavy lifters. If you're running lots of queries, you're building more advanced workflows, or you're wanting priority performance, then Pro is designed for you. But of course, you need to have the budget for it. Don't jump into the Pro without actually ensuring that you're going to be making money back off this, because it's just not necessary. You can still get enough done with the Plus plan. If more than one person needs access to the same account, then collaboration or a shared workspace, then team is the way to go. And if you're building out complex automations, products, or handling more complex workflows, you'll definitely want to use the API, because that's where you can scale. That's cheaper for bulk tasks, for smarter automations, or when you need judgment and reasoning directly built into your workflows. Now, if you're unsure if you should be using the Pro or the Plus plan, let's dive deeper into the usages, context windows, and limits of each. On the Plus plan, you can send up to 160 messages every 3 hours. Once you hit that cap, chats automatically switch to the mini version. You can still prompt ChatGPT, but the results you're going to get, well, they're just not that good. And on the Pro plan, you have unlimited messages. You've got no cap on how many prompts you can send ChatGPT. When it comes to deep research, on the Plus plan, you get access to 25 deep research queries a month. And on the Pro plan, that gives you access to 250 deep research queries per month. So quite a difference there, but also quite a difference in the pricing. Legacy models have been partially restored for Plus users, but while they state O3 will be available, I can only see 4.0 in my account. However, you can still access older models through the API, and you will see on your automation platforms that you can actually select these models. By that, I mean through Zapier and Make. But I expect that we will lose access to 4.0. Hopefully some way the model is actually integrated into the current 5 model. For Pro users, full access to legacy models is available when legacy access is enabled. Don't hold me on that though, I'm just regurgitating the latest information from OpenAI, and as I stated, I don't have access to O3, so that info itself is incorrect. Now, when it comes to the API, many of the legacy models are gone, but refer to the linked pricing and API docs for the most up-to-date info. But let's now discuss where the improvements are coming from. So to put GPT-5's pricing into perspective, it helps to look at what we were paying for older models through our automated workflows and API setups. Take GPT-4, for example. It came in at $2.50 per 1 million input tokens, $1.25 per 1 million cached input tokens, and $10 per 1 million output tokens. Now you compare that to GPT-5, which halves input to $1.25, drops cash input to just 12.5 cents, and holds steady at that $10 output price. So now GPT-5 isn't arguably just a more complex model in regards to context, but it's also significantly cheaper. And something I should mention is that GPT-4 is still widely available through the API and automation platforms. However, this pricing model is obviously pushing users to adopt the newer GPT-5. But we can't look past the performance issues that the new model has and that so many users are experiencing. So take that into account when considering that pricing drop. So how does GPT-5 stack up against the competition? GPT-5 comes in at $1.25 per million input and $10 per million output, which is cheaper than Claude Opus, which charges $15 per input and $75 for output. Google's Gemini Pro sits at $250 for input and $15 for output, and good old Elon Musk's Grok models, around $3 input and $15 output. So OpenAI has undercut everyone while still giving powerful context windows. Claude still leads in coding precision and safety, and Gemini shines if you need multimodal and deep Google integrations. But dollar for dollar, GPT-5 is setting the standard. So while the model didn't improve drastically, the pricing did. Now, while it does feel like the natural conversational and personal responses of the older models has been lost through GPT-5, this could be attributed to a history wipe. GPT-5 is only just getting to know you and doesn't rely on memory, much like the older models. However, we can't go past the fact that in some instances, 4.0 definitely performs better than 5. But I do have to give kudos to the improved deep research capabilities of the newer GPT-5. Now you've seen the numbers, but the real question is, will you use ChatGPT to save costs and scale smarter? If you want more breakdowns of AI tools like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and reach out and let us know what content you would like to see.